Hi, I'm Connie Townsend, group fitness instructor and personal trainer, here with you today to do a workout that you can join us, that you can do at home with us, so join us. I'm here with volunteers that will help me through all this. We have Luana and Judy and Crystal and Peggy. They're all here to help us do a great workout today. So we'll start with a warm-up. I'm gonna march. So we want to thank the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center who sponsors these videos. We're doing them on their behalf. And we want to thank Wenatchee Racquet and Athletic Club today for letting us use their studio to do these videos. Okay, we're going to go a little wider. Now, arms reach around. So your feet are wide, you're on your toes, you let those heels come up. We're gonna swivel around a little bit. Just start warming up. Arms are about shoulder height, but you can keep them low at first. We wanna gradually warm up the body. Now today we are doing an upper body workout. So everything we do will include the arms, the chest, the back, upper body. Four, three, two. Same thing with the feet, but we're gonna reach a little reach up from the side. Now not very big, we're going kind of quick. Keep those elbows bent. Four, three, two, feet are still wide. Now let's just reach straight up. Get some movement in the shoulders, getting them warmed up. Get the blood flowing through the body. Warming up the muscles and the joints. We always want to gradually warm up. Four, three, two. Now bring those arms down. We're going to tap the heel. Your toe is turned out to the side. Your feet are still wide. Just kind of changing your body weight from foot to foot. Don't think about it too much. Nice tall posture, head is high, shoulders back. And let's just march it. So you're marching wide. Let's march narrow in. Now out. Okay, now I'm going to change us from a march to a front curl. Looks like this. Your heel comes across. Now don't lift it too high. You might have good flexibility in your hips and you can really just bring the foot real high in front. Or you might be kind of stiff in your hips. We're pretending to touch our heel. So keep it low. 4, 3, 2. Now same thing behind. Heel comes up in back. So you're bending at the knee. Bringing the heel to your center, kind of reaching for the heel back there. Four, three, back to that wide march. Just march it. And then narrow. March it wide. Narrow. Wide. Narrow. Wide. 4, 3, 2, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. All right, get the brain a little going again a little bit today too. Okay, in 4, 3. Let's tap our heels out front. Tap, 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 tap. Now arms, they look like a goal post. So you can even start by straightening your arms, straight out from the shoulders, then you bend them, and then we bring them together, and out, and in, and out. Tap, 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 in, out. Warming up the shoulders in the back. 4, 3, change to kicks. You're gonna kick and up, press. So always get the legs going first and then add the arms in. It's not a leg lift out front, it's just a kick. So loosen up the ankles. Now, knees up. Let's push forward. So we're getting the whole body warmed up. All the blood flowing. Your body, and especially your upper body, is ready to do some work. Okay, let's march it out. So we're going to be using 2 weights today. If you have a set of dumbbells, that's great. If you have 2 water bottles, 2 cans of soup, anything that's of equal weight that you can use, 1 in each hand. Now go get some water, go get your weights, and we'll be working on our arms, our upper back, our chest, whole upper body. Okay, we're gonna start working that upper body. So we have dumbbells of different weights. And like I say, you can pick something at home that kind of has even weight, 2 rocks. Anything that has weight to it, we're gonna work those muscles. So, legs, we can keep them a little wide for a good base of stability. Let's roll those shoulders back and down. We're gonna keep those shoulder blades down your back as we do the work, so don't get tight up there. Let's lift it just a hair from the body. So not all the way up. We don't wanna strain the shoulders. Okay, we're gonna turn the doorknob. So your thumb, think about your thumb making it almost a full circle, or whatever flexibility your shoulders have. Elbows are unlocked. We're turning the doorknob. Very simple exercise, very powerful for working on all of the stabilizing muscles in the shoulders. Now, draw the navel toward the spine. Your core is actually working to hold that body still and stable. So we want to always activate our core before we do work. All right, one more turn. Woo! And bring it down. Roll them around, loosen them up. Then we're going to work our chest, our shoulders, our back. Palms forward. We're going to lead with our thumbs. Now, it's not straight up from the side. We're going to come forward in an arc and end up just a little higher than your line of sight. So maybe your forehead. You're arcing around. Palms forward here. palms down up there. Up and around. Like you're kind of tracing a big circle with your arms. But because that weight is out from the body, it activates the core also because that weight is so far out there that you almost want to fall forward. Keep the navel pulled in. Up and around. One more. Come on down. Woo. Now we have to be bent over a little bit to do a bent row, working our back. We've done these many times in the past. We actually have to come into a little squat. So your body weight's in those heels. We push the bottom back a little bit. Pull the navel toward the spine. We're gonna hang them diagonally. Now, palms down. Let's pull out to the side. So when you're pulling back, you lead with the elbows. It's a wide row. You're squeezing those shoulder blades together when you get out back there. Now the reason we have to be bent over is because we need some gravity to pull against. Squeeze. Okay, if you ever need to take a break, if your legs get too tired, just come up, let them rest, but then get back to it. One more. And slowly back up. All right, we're out in front. So angled, not lifted all the way up. We're going to take our thumbs. We're going to turn out and around back like we're trying to touch those dumbbells together and come back around. So we're out away from the body. So this is another stabilizing exercise. It's subtle. It's small. It's not a big movement. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Palms up, palms down. So we're going kind of between strength building moves and stabilizing movements. Squeeze. We want good posture. Woo. And how about one more? You can feel those shoulder blade muscles starting to fatigue. All right, roll them around. Hands at your sides. Bend at the elbows, palms facing in. All right, pretend you've sat the bottom of that weight on the table. All you're gonna do is push it out, pull it in. So sliding across the table. When you come back in, kind of squeeze those shoulder blades. You can slow it way down. We're going a little quick with the tempo of the music, but you can always slow it down. Woo! Whole upper body working. 4, 3, 2, and let them rest. Okay, finishing that segment with plain old shoulder presses. So your feet can be a little wide. Now we're going to be working overhead, so don't let the weight make your back arch. Don't let that tailbone come up. We want to keep our knees loose, which keeps our pelvis tilted in a neutral position. Tailbone under just a little bit. Palms in, elbows in. Let's press it. So you're going to try to extend those arms like you're punching the ceiling. And then when you come back down, don't go any lower than the shoulder. Now, if it's too hard to do both, you can always alternate one then the other. But not just a little half-hearted push. You want to try to get all the way up there. So this is our big shoulder strengthener, is the overhead presses. Come down for a moment. All right, feet hip width apart. Now, keeping it slow, knees up, alternating knee, nice and slow, it's kind of hard to balance. Hands back at the shoulders. Let's press and add a knee to it this time. So now we're working on balance, coordination, stability, all those things. Exhale, inhale. Woo, shoulders are tired. Just do what you can. In 4, 3, 2. All right, bring them down. Roll around. Get those shoulder blades to slide around back there. Now keep your weights. We're going to continue with upper body exercises. All right, we've got the same weights. Legs, pretty narrow on this one. One weight in each hand. We're gonna do some shoulder shrugs. So the shoulder shrugs will work on the upper part of the shoulder, some of the base of the neck here, but we also think about our shoulder blades going up and down our back. So we're just gonna pull them up, down. Now your toes are facing front and your feet are parallel because in a moment, we're gonna add some balance challenge to this. So as we're working our upper body, we're gonna roll up on the toes and down. So now, we're working on stability. Might as well do 2 things at once. Now don't bend those elbows. We're not pulling up with the arms. We're just letting them hang. Kind of hard to get your balance. It takes a while. Just keep at it. Up, up. Four, spread those toes. 2, one more. Now, palms facing in, we're going to lift up, down. Don't lock the elbow, but your arm is straight. And we're not swinging, so take your time. Maybe go a little slower than the tempo of the music. Up, down. Because we're lifting and lowering, not swinging. One more. Now a little combination, one each, shoulder, up, down. Now other side, now lift, front, and front, back to the shoulder. Lift, lower, up, up. Now keep your head from tilting when you lift that shoulder. Up, down, lift, lift. Back to the shoulders, up, down. Arms. Shoulder. Arms. Last one. Now let's take it out to the side, both arms. So the palm is facing down when you lift out to the side. Don't come above the shoulder height. Just kind of keep it low, especially if you have anything in the shoulder that bothers it, any pain, discomfort. Up and down. Woo! One more. Building those muscles in the sides of the arms. Okay, now we'll start with one side, or the side raise, and then front raise. We'll alternate that way first, and then I'm gonna throw a little A little challenge in there. So let's start out to the side. One lift, now front. And side. Front. Now your hands are facing in at the legs. We're not going to change our hand position. One more like this. Now, one side, one front. Whoa. One side, one front. Side and front. Side and front. Now keep those hands from turning. They start facing in at the body. Then you just lift. You'll get it. Keep at it. Side and front. Side and front. Now we've got the brain working. Woo! And your core is really working hard to control your arms. One more set. And bring them down. Roll them around. Loosen them up. Okay, we're going to start with our legs first. I know this was upper body. It is, but we're going to add our legs in to kind of get that stability built up. Feet facing front, toes forward, side leg lift. So it's up, down. We've done these many times in the past. Remember, don't let that toe turn up. Okay, face it front, and then that works down deep in the hip where it's supposed to. Okay, let's lift the arms to the side. Try to control them so they go at the same speed as each other, the arms. Not too high. And don't lift the leg too high. It can only go up to a certain angle. Don't force it. Woo! Okay, last one. Roll them around. Now we're going to put the weights in close. We're actually going to push out to the side with them. So don't lock the elbows, don't go way out there. Keep them pretty close to the body. We're just pushing out, push. Now we're going to add a little kick to it. Not a leg lift this time, just kick out. So don't worry about keeping that foot flexed. Using different parts of the shoulder and the back and the arms. Not very far out. Keep it controlled. Out, out, out. Let's go into knee lifts. Up, down, just like last section. But this time, instead of pressing overhead, we're going to do the opposite arm lift. Front, front, opposite. So as your knee comes up, the opposite arm comes up. Palm facing in. So we'll finish each segment with a little bit of a combination. Upper body, lower body. That's always good to build our balance. Nice and tall. Opposites. Don't let the arms swing. All right, come on down. Roll them around. Loosen them up. Grab some water. But keep your weights. We'll get back to it. Okay, we've still got them. Don't put them down. Now, at this first section, we're going to work the biceps. So that's the main power muscle of the arm that kind of helps you lift things. We're going to start with hammer curls. So your palms face into the body. Upper arms. Well, first, shoulders back and down. Don't let those shoulders move. Upper arm stays at your side. We're just going to bend from the elbow. Up, down, So your arm kind of looks like a hammer, is why they named it this. Really squeeze those arms against your body. Don't let them wander around. We're focusing on those two muscle fibers that are in the front of the arm. Now we can slow it down a little from the tempo because we don't want to be swinging or using momentum. So we're a little slow now. Lift and lower. And we never want to just drop them back down. You want to lower them down. Okay? One more. Now we're not done. Turn the palms forward. Squeeze those arms in. It's a regular bicep curl. Going all the way up and down. Kind of ignoring the tempo of the music. Lift, lower. Try to get them all the way up to the shoulder. If you can't, if your elbow doesn't have the flexibility, just lift as high as you can. Now, your core, the middle of the body is actually keeping the body from moving, like swinging or any of that sort of movement. So pull the navel in. You've activated the core. Woo! One more. Now, let them rest a moment. One more bicep curl. This one is turned out or supinated. So you're lifting out to the corners. Now, to make it more manageable, if you're having trouble, if you're really too fatigued right now, you can always just do one and then do the other. So alternating kind of gives that other arm just a few seconds of a break. Squeeze those upper arms in. Don't let them wander out there. You're doing it. Keeping the wrists nice and straight so we don't roll the wrists. Shoulders relaxed and down. Ooh, they're burning. One more. Woo. Okay, it takes quite a few exercises to break down those muscles in the front of the arm because they're a pretty powerful muscle group. Now we're going to focus on the back of the arm. If you do one, you got to do the other because our body kind of comes in pairs. If you work the front of the leg, you got to work the back and all that. If you work the chest, you got to work the upper back. So we have to have a little gravity pulling on us though, so we got to do this in a squatted position. Shoulders back and down. Let's bend the elbows. We're going to sit. Body weight in the heels. Pull that navel in. Straighten. Bend. Once again, kind of ignoring the tempo of the music, you're going to just go at your own speed. The focus is that upswing in back. That's where it really works those back of those arms. Now, if you legs get too tired or your back gets fatigued, just stand for a moment and then get back to it. All right, here we go. 4, 3, 2, woo! Shake it all out. So in a standing position, we'll still be behind the body. We're going to lift back, so we're back behind. Now keep the palms just kind of facing into the body. We're just going to do some circles back there. But those arm circles happen to be behind. So your shoulder blades are squeezing together a bit. Belly button pulled in. Don't lock your knees. And don't let the wrists turn. Just let them stay facing in. Other direction. So this is not really a power builder. This is more an endurance, a muscle endurance builder. And we're working on all the posture muscles back there and all the stabilizers in the shoulders. Woo, just do what you can. One more circle and release. Now we're going to do a figure 8 movement with the arm, but it's going to be at the side. So here's your center. You're going to loop forward one, loop behind one. It's a little hard to get way back there. Now, don't think about it too much. We're going to do one loop front, one loop back. Palms don't turn though. Keep them facing your body. It's quite a kind of a mental challenge. Looping around, doesn't matter which direction. So you're really contracting in the shoulder blades when you go behind. Woo! And one more. Just let them swing a little, loosen them up. All right. Now, just like the other segments, we're going to kind of get those legs involved. So, start with an alternating bicep curl or hammer curl, palm facing in. Now, opposite leg is going to sweep back, a back leg lift. And it doesn't matter if you're doing the same leg and arm, that's okay too. Remember to keep that upper arm glued to your side. So don't lift very high in the back, you really can't. Do a few more of those, then get a drink, keep your weights, and we'll continue on. All right, actually I've changed my mind. Put your weights aside. We're going to just use the weight of our arms to do a burnout, a time of building our endurance in our arms. So we'll be doing a lot of the same movement. So when your arms get tired, just let them loose, let them relax, and then just get back to it. So actually, we're going to do a little walking first. So let's get going with a march. So you're nice and tall, always tall. Now, 4, 3, 2, let's walk forward and back. 1, 2, 3, tap, back, 2, 3, tap. Arms out, hold. So we're building endurance. That kind of requires some holding sometime. Four, 3, 2, keep walking, arms out. Now, just because our arms are lifted doesn't mean we can lift in our shoulders. Think about your shoulder blades. Let them slide down your back. We're just going to walk forward and back. 4, 3, 2, keep walking. Up. How are we doing? Woo! Remember, you can let those arms rest when you need to. If you're out for a walk, try this once in a while. Of course, the neighbors might look at you funny, but you're building upper body strength and endurance. One more. Bring them down. Let's swing up, down. Give it a little movement. All right. Now let's just march. Now you can keep marching, keep the heart rate up if you want, or you can come to a stop. I'll go ahead and stop. Stop to kind of show you what we're doing with our arms. Take your arms out to the side. Now first push through the fingertips. Make them straight. Don't tighten up. Keep them down. We're going to turn our palms backward. Little pushes, like we're just pushing backward. Now pull that navel in, because your core has to keep the spine nice and tall and neutral. Okay? Now down, push. Just tiny little pushes. We're really working all those little fibers. A lot of the stabilizers in the shoulders. Do what you can. All right, push forward now, push. Arms are straight. In this case, it is okay to lock the elbows. Don't tighten up around the neck, because we've got one more to do, and you know what it is. Ready? Push up. So your thumbs should be facing backward. Woo! Feel free to take a break when you need to. Almost there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's bring them down. Woo! Just loosen them up. Let them swing. Because unfortunately, we're going to have to lift those arms again in a moment to do the next exercise. All right. So let's bring them up. Now let's bend at the elbow. We're in that goal post movement again. Keep the arms lifted if you can. We're going to wipe like a windshield wiper. So upper arm doesn't move. Kind of just right in front of the face, like you're almost touching your nose. Now behind the head, if you can. Okay, now back in front of the face. Ooh, they're burning. And then behind. Whew. And let's bring them up. And exhale down. And in. And exhale, giving them a little break before we do the next burnout exercise. So if you're watching TV and you want to strengthen the muscles and build your endurance in your arms and upper body, do some of these, just as you're watching TV or something. All right. Now, back up again. We're into that goal post. We're going to do those exercises that we did in the beginning, in the warm-up. So your forearm is perpendicular to the floor. Your upper arm is parallel to the floor. Open and close. Woo! Four, 3, 2, keep them in front and let them swing. Oh my goodness. All right. We'll finish up with some circles. So let's just bring them out a bit from the body, out to the sides, circle around. So something just as simple as this is very powerful for strengthening those muscles around the shoulder joints. Really makes your arms a lot more mobile, because the joint is stronger. Other direction. Not very big. So just do a few more of those. Get a drink. Now grab one weight, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, we'll start this segment by doing some core work, strengthening our middle. That's what really stabilizes our spine, and so we want a nice strong core. So take one weight, one water bottle, one can of soup. We're gonna hold it one end in each hand. Okay, now your legs are hip width apart, toes are forward, so your feet are parallel, because we'll be turning from side to side. Now, think about your knees too. Don't let them bend. Just keep them straight. We're turning kind of from the waist up. All right, we're gonna lift front, then rotate, back to center, and down. So up, now other side, rotate, come back to center, and down. So it's kind of a 4-step process here. And up, other way. Come back to center, and down. Now with that weight way out from the body, that's what activates the core. And then we've got the rotation. That works those muscles surrounding the core that turn us. As we rotate, we're just facing the wall. We're not leaning over at all. So don't bend at the hips. Keep your knees straight. Turn, center. Couple more, up. Turn, center. One more side. Okay, let them rest a moment. Now, working the kind of shoulders from here up. So loose knees, because we're going overhead. Belly button pulled in, because we're working the core. Let's start shoulder height, shoulder blades pulled together back there. So you're not rounded, okay? Nice and tall, just up and down. Control it. We're trying to bring the arms up and back so that they end up next to the ears. You can feel that upper back working. Now, as you go overhead, don't let the low back arch. Just keep it neutral. Woo. One more time. You got it. And come down. Roll them around, loosening up, because this next one will stay right here in the center, in front. So because that center of gravity is so far forward, you'll want to feel like you're falling over. But that's where our core comes in, to keep us stable, and you're strengthening the core as well as your shoulders. Let's come out in front, shoulder blades down your back, little circle out front. Now you're not letting the body wiggle. Hold it still. And other way, other direction. Just do what you can. If you need to take a break, do, and then come back to it. You can feel that in your upper back. All right, bring it down. Let's hang it front. Tuck the chin. Let the weight pull the shoulders forward just a tiny bit. Don't come too far down. That helps stretch that upper back. Okay. Bring it into the chest. Now the feet are still narrow because we're going to go back to our turn wall to wall again. But this time, we're gonna push. So let's turn, push out, don't lean over. Bring it in, turn front. Let's push out, bring it in. Turn the other wall, push, in. Front wall, push, side wall, front wall. Turn, push, bring it in. Front, push, in. Turn, front, push, turn, push, front. One more set. Turn, push, front, and other wall. Last one there, come in. Okay, so now we're gonna use our weight to help us stretch. So, both hands first, let's hang it in front again. What we just did earlier was one of the stretches for the upper back. Let's do it again. Tuck the chin and roll down maybe just a couple inches, not very far at all. You're feeling the upper back stretching. You're feeling the shoulder blades kind of come forward a little or come apart. And now raise it back up. Let's lift it out from the body a little and just turn. We're not as lifted as before. And then other side. And then switch, do it again. Let that arm movement kind of pull you around. Get a nice stretch in your torso. And switch. One more. All right, back to center. Let's take it in one hand. So you're gonna bring the shoulder up like you're trying to touch your ear and then let it drop way down there. Now take your head. Let's tilt to the opposite side like you're trying to bring the ear to the shoulder. So that's a good stretch in the neck and down into the upper part of the shoulder. And then back to center. Now instead of tilting, we're gonna turn. So you just turn and try to see past that shoulder without turning the body. See if you can see who's standing behind you. All right, come back to center. Now, grab it behind you if you're able to. So I just took one end in each hand. We're gonna let the weight just drop down. That pulls the shoulders back and down. All right, from here, we're gonna tilt the head forward. And then back up. Let's switch hands. Come up and down. Let's tilt. So I want to thank my volunteers again for helping me today. I hope you got a great workout. We're doing these videos on behalf of the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. And come on back up. Let's turn the head. Look over that shoulder. And we're doing them in the Wenatchee Racquet and Athletic Club. They've been kind enough to let us use their space. Back to center. You have great posture. Have a great day, and I'll see you again.